On this episode of Alive and Thriving, I'm going to share with you one of the biggest shifts that I have made in my personal life that has had positive impact, really positive impact on my business. And this will apply to you for your professional life as well. Let's get into it.
This is Alive and Thriving, where we tackle all things that stand in the way of holistic well-being and self-care in life and as women in business. Join me for real and raw conversations and inspiring guests who are expert in their fields as we come back to life together, overcoming stress, anxiety, nourishing our mind, body, and emotions. I am your host, Jessica Reed, alternative therapist, life and wellbeing coach. And if you are ready to grow, heal, and thrive together, then you are in the right place.
So today I come to you sitting on my bed, not with my usual podcast microphone. I am sitting here recovering from yet another gastro bug. I've spent my weekend really quite unwell, and I have woken up with a cold. I have a fat lip because when I was laying in my bed after I literally slept on the bathroom floor on Friday night. I couldn't get up. So thank you, daycare. But so I have a fat lip because when I was laying in my bed on Saturday morning, I dropped my phone on my face and it cut my lip from the inside out. So I sit here not feeling fantastic. Now, why I was pulled though to record this episode was because it has really occurred to me some massive shifts that I have made in my life. And I want to share those with you today. Now, I come from a background of 9-to-5 workday. Well, so-called 9-to-5 workday. It was always a lot longer than that. But I come from that 9-to-5, that hustle culture, that do more. Before COVID, I know COVID really shifted the way that we look at illness in the workplace. But before COVID, showing up to work when you felt like this, how I feel right now, still nauseous in my tummy, a little low energy, brain foggy, coughing, just not yourself, not fantastic. Showing up to work like that was a badge of honor. For so many people, oh no, I'm fine, I'll push through. I know I've got things that I've got to do. And I know, as I said, I know COVID has really changed that in the workplace now. But I took that into my business as well. That hustle culture that I just need to do more. Now, what has changed for me in the last couple of months and has really, really positively impacted my business outcomes, what my clients get from me, and how I feel day to day and in my business is I have changed that do more mindset into a do less mindset. And I don't mean when I say do less, not doing the things that need to be done. I mean listening to my body. If it says rest, I'm resting. If it says go, I have energy today, then I'm going. And now I know what you're thinking, well, in my life, my business, my work, I don't have that capacity. I can't just not see clients. And I'm the same. If I have to cancel and reschedule people, which I had to do for Saturday and today, I don't get paid. I don't make any money. So it's about more than that though. What I had to take into consideration though is in the past when I have hustled, I can think of, and we've had a lot of gastro bugs in the last couple of months, daycare and all sorts of things, but I can think of a few months ago, sort of mid last year, where I was in the thick of a gastro bug, and I had just woken up, just sort of finished the hard part of it, woken up feeling awful and felt this pressure. Hadn't sent my weekly email. Do you think anyone actually cared that they didn't get my weekly email at the time that I usually send it? I don't think so. I don't think it dramatically impacted their day. I mean, I hope that it does impact them when they read it. But my point is, I felt this pressure and this severe guilt. Oh my goodness, I had to push back clients. And I don't like doing that, and I don't do that lightly. But if I was to show up for somebody online, obviously not face to face when you're unwell, but if I was to show up for somebody online bringing half of me, then that person is not getting the transformation that they deserve. They're not getting the space that they are deserving of either. Because my role, and particularly as somebody who works with energy and somebody who works with trauma and who works with, big emotions and things, my role in that one-on-one space, my role in that space really absorbs a lot. I have to be able to hold this big space for somebody to be able to navigate or unload big things. And so me turning up half energetically, half unwell, just not what my client is deserving of, well, then that's not me turning up to my values. Now, I have always said, but never truly, truly done, the whole, if you need to rest, you rest. As I said, I would be getting my computer out, sending that email with my pounding headache, doing it into the night. No, that's not why I started my own business. I started working for myself to get away from that culture that burnt me out, so that I could move away from an environment, from work standards that were unrealistic, that expected me, because I had a work phone. Part of my role was staffing P to 10, so preschool to year 10 of a school with over 200 staff. So part of my role for a really long time where I was working was to have to actually be doing that, because I would get sick, say into the night or in the morning, and I would still have that phone with me. I couldn't go and hand that off to someone at 6 o'clock in the morning, 5:30 in the morning. Rain, hail, or shine inside of my body, I was getting up and I was staffing. I was contactable. I was accessible to people, whether I was well or whether I wasn't. And then I was pushing my body into the ground. And as soon as I realized recently, really recently, when I started listening into more of my cycle, for example, okay, well, during that menstruation period, I am pulled to rest. I am pulled to take things a little easier, to be more reflective. Once I started listening to my body and realizing that pushing beyond what I am physically capable of doing right now, pushing beyond that is not a badge of honor. It actually wears me down. It actually brings on more illness. Now, there's another side to this, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, and that's being a mum. Oh boy. Oh boy. So this illness right now, this gastro, the vomiting, all the fun things, and I mean the head cold now I can handle. It's okay. I don't feel that bad, but all the fun things, right, that I've had in the last couple of days started with my 3-year-old, and hers continued through the course of mine, through the duration of mine as well. So ordinarily that would mean that my partner would, take that sort of lead parenting role, and I would just kind of lock myself in the bedroom, put some trashy TV on. It's the only time I watch trashy TV. Put some trashy TV on and just numb out. Just allow myself just to get through moment to moment, sleep when I need to sleep, all the things. He got it too. So you can imagine that having two little people, so one's 3 and one's 7, one who's still really unwell and one who still has needs, one who still needs attention, one who still needs to be fed, one who still needs conversation. That was tough. That was tough. And so I acknowledge that over the last couple of days, whilst I rested to the best of my ability, I also have to acknowledge the season of life that I'm in right now. And that then meant me letting go of some other things. So ordinarily, as soon as I came out of my really bad state of illness, I would start looking around and becoming really overwhelmed by the mess that's been made during my time of rest. Now, mess can be really, really overwhelming for your nervous system. Because if you are in a sympathetic state, if your nervous system is in a sympathetic state, or even a dorsal state where you have that really low energy, looking around at the mess, looking around at all the things that you need to do or that you perceive that you need to do, or just feeling that clutter around you can send your nervous system into overdrive. And we wonder why we feel so overwhelmed by our housework, by our to-do list, by the mess on the floor. So I used EFT to let that go. Yesterday, I didn't want to get up out of bed. I did need to at some points because, again, I have children. But I didn't want to be cleaning. I didn't want to be putting things away, even though my brain was screaming at me to do that. So I used tapping. Even though I'm really overwhelmed by the mess that's been made right now, it's okay. I need to let it go for now, even though I'm really overwhelmed. And I just tapped through that overwhelmed feeling. So that is one way that I was able to sort of let go. Now today, I'm half back at work. I'm not pushing myself to go and do all the things that I've missed out on. I'm going to get in touch with the beautiful ladies who I rescheduled with and make a new time for them. I'm going to upload this podcast because I felt pulled to record it. And I'm going to do some light tasks as I feel like it. I'm not forcing myself because listening to my body is my number one priority. And I really, really encourage you, no matter what that might look like throughout your life, your professional, your personal life. I know that there's pressure. I know that there's pressure to perform, pressure to turn up. I know there's guilt if you have a team, around you that are picking up the slack if you're away. But let's change that language. It's not the slack. You are not slacking off. If you cannot rest and repair your body, you cannot possibly turn back up as your best. You are priority. If you leave your job, they will replace you. Simple as that. If you are unwell, someone else will figure it out. You are not a unicorn. Okay? You have one body for this lifetime. You have every right to experience this lifetime in a way that is healthy, in a way that is energizing, not in a way that is hustle, hustle, push, push, burnout. If you are unwell and you need to rest, you rest. And I'm thinking back now to the corporate setting, and I'm thinking to, that I'm going to turn up anyway culture. Yes, I know we share germs, besides that common sense aspect. But if you are turning up and you are pushing yourself through a time where your body needs to rest and repair and to heal, then you are actually likely to make your illness last longer. It's going to take longer for you to get better. You're going to continue to be run down. Rest and repair. Listen to your body. Listen to your body. If it is saying, today I need to slow down, Slowing down may not look and feel the way that you really need it and want it to. If you're in a season of life with little people, but what can slowing down look like for you? What can a 1 degree shift in your day to day, one less thing? What can blocking out half an hour for a deep meditation, which can be as rejuvenating as a nap, do for you? Or a self hypnosis? What can, what can be moved so you can go for a light walk outside if you just need to just get out in nature and move your body? Listen to your body, not your mind. Your mind is conditioned to go, 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 go. Your body is not. It works in cycles, especially if you're a woman. It works in cycles. It has varying energy levels, varying emotional experiences. And that's because we're human and we're here to experience all of that. So if you need to rest, you rest. So that has been the biggest shift for me in my business, because as I have taken things slower, as I have looked at tasks over the last couple of months and said, oh, do I really need to do this right now? Is this priority? Will this really move my needle forward, or am I just doing it because I feel like I have to do it? As I have looked at how I can slow down, intentionally stopping when I say I'm going to stop, working when I feel creative rather than pushing myself to, and listening to my body. I know for me, for example, 3 days in a row at a computer will give me a migraine. It's the light. It always has been. Don't like it. Can't handle it. Now, that never stopped me up until 2 months ago. Or this year really, so 3 months ago. That never stopped me from doing those 3 days at the computer. Now I structure my workday differently. I put in more client calls. I do things to break up my computer time. I delegate more to my VA. Why? Because I am working with my body, not against my body. So now my body is telling me to go and have a little nap. And not because I don't have things to do, and not because I'm going to be lazy, but because that is what I genuinely need to rest and repair right now. So the things that I need to do can wait. And right now I'm going to listen to my body. I highly, highly encourage you to look at what your body is trying to tell you. If you are stressed, if you're run down, if you're anxious, if you're trying to push through the illness, if you have things that you're trying to push through that you really need to let go of, try the tapping. Even though I feel overwhelmed by this mess right now, even though I feel like I have to do everything, even though I feel guilty for calling in sick or for rescheduling my clients, they'll understand. They want the best from you. And if you're in a workplace that doesn't understand that, then first of all, I'm sorry. And second of all, protect yourself. Protect your energy. Okay, I'm going to go and have that nap now. So enjoy your day. I hope that you are well. I hope that you've avoided this gastro that seems to be going around every daycare centre in the country. And I will see you guys on next week's episode.
You have been listening to Alive and Thriving by Inspired Life Collective. Did you know that you can help us to impact even more women on their well-being journey simply by subscribing to this podcast and leaving a review? If stress or anxiety, life or business has got you feeling inside like you are just busting to come back to life, then I invite you to book a discovery call with me so we can chat about how Inspired Life Collective private and online services might be able to support you through your journey. I am so grateful to you for being here and having me in your ears. So until the next episode, just remember that you were born to thrive.